All right, let's talk about Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Is this supposed to be like the last one? Is it?
Yes.
So it is supposed to be the last one.
Si, senor.
I don't know if I believe that. I reckon they'll spin it off into others. But like Mission
Well,
Impossibling.
Tom's done, and
Mission's impossible.
and so is Simon Pegg.
Yeah, I know, but they just I don't know. I just don't believe that it'll be the last one. They'll pass the baton over to someone else. It'll be called Missions Impossible. It'll be something like that. It's too much of a moneymaker. They won't end it. They can't. It's Hollywood. But apparently, The Final Reckoning has got mixed reactions. But that's not actually a surprise because the last one got pretty mixed reactions as well. The last one wasn't massively well reviewed. I didn't mind the last one. And it was Dead Reckoning, wasn't it? Dead Reckoning Part 1, which is surprising that this one comes out and it's just called The Final Reckoning rather than like Dead Reckoning Part 2. So I don't know. But let's take a look. So this is an article on World of Real. And it says, looks like Christopher McQuarrie and Tom Cruise got a little too high off their own supply when it comes to the latest installment of the Mission Impossible franchise. Ahead of its Cannes premiere, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning has screened for press, and the reactions are decidedly mixed, with many viewers pointing to its excessive length as a major drawback. While some praise the film's high stakes action sequences and Tom Cruise's continued commitment to doing his own stunts, which I do think is genuinely impressive, as much as he's a weirdly insane cultist, that is still very impressive. Others feel the movie drags in places, struggling to maintain momentum over its extended 170-minute time. That is a very long film.
Dude, 3 hours is too long for a movie.
That is a very long film.
Yeah.
That's brutally long.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the biggest problem.
I'm going to need... How am I going to have a drink during this? I'm going to need to get up and have a piss. Like, long gone are the days where I can, if I'm drinking like a big, liter of
cola,
fizzy drink or whatever, I can't hold that piss in for 3 hours. Fucking hell, I'm getting old, man. I can't do that. Jeez. Anyway, viewers note that the ambitious scope sometimes comes at the expense of pacing and character development, leaving audiences divided on whether the final installment delivers a satisfying conclusion to the long-running franchise. So the actual embargo breaks tomorrow, which is tomorrow at time of recording. And if reviews match these early reactions, which seem like it might be the case, then it could very well shave off some millions from the film's current opening weekend tracking, which stands around 80 million. Normally they're worse. Normally the actual reviews are way worse than the first reactions. So, yeah. It costs $400 million to make. And there's still marketing on top of that as well. So this is like $1 billion movie to break even. Like, bare minimum $1 billion movie to break even. And here's some of the conversation about it. Look, so Final Reckoning, literally at the end of someone's, ranking. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is a lot of movie. Tom Cruise racing the clock to save the world is as intensive as ever. Though there have been prior installments that are more fun, overall satisfying, if a middle-of-the-road installment. You don't want middle-of-the-road with $400 million to make it, do you?
Well, I mean, if you're Disney, it's fine.
Well, no, it's not. It'd be fine. It'd be fine if this was like a $100 million movie. Middle-of-the-road, $100 million, that's fine. It's still not. It's preferable to... rather than 400, but it's still. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is dull, dysfunctional in a way I didn't think this franchise was capable of. Set pieces are obviously incredible, but as someone so supportive of Cruise's crusade to save the movies and whatnot, this was a massive heartbreaker. Let's get now. That's a big view count as well. 202,000 views. It got too bogged down with techno babble and callbacks. Things get back to classic MI territory in the climax. This is a long sit with surprisingly uninteresting locations. It's okay. $400 million and it's okay. Fucking brutal. Didn't really enjoy The Final Reckoning. It's got McHugh's best and worst tendencies, i.e. stunning visuals, bogged down by an overtly complex script that introduces so much that goes nowhere. Obviously feels like they were filming this without a script. Wow. I mean, we could just keep going with it, but I think that sums it up, really. What do you reckon, Coach? I'll go to you first, bud.
Well, you know me, I'm actually kind of worried about this because I'm a huge fan of the franchise. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, this is kind of a bummer because for me, I need this
What
to
do you love
be.
about it then? What do you love about the franchise?
Seriously, I like how there's mystery stories tied to whatever happens to be having. Almost all of them are world-ending crises, which I enjoy. The development of the character Ethan was very well done from the very first film. It stumbled along the way a couple of times in the middle of things, but it picked up and got better over time. The return of some of the characters that we met along the way has also been kind of neat with their new kind of plot and storylines that are brought back in. For example, Ethan's romantic interest in a character in the first part of this film, Dead Reckoning. Uh, that that was, you could see the profound effect that had on Tom Cruise, and the recurring storyline that no matter what Ethan does, you know with everything on the line, always there's going to be a chance, if not almost an expectation of failure. The stunts are brilliant, and ever since he started doing them all himself, they add a bit of realism to a film that doesn't have a lot of, it doesn't have a lot of equals these days. The visuals, of course, are absolutely brilliant, but the fact that, for context, he's doing these things, so
We
there's no,
broke his shin bone on the last one.
yeah. I mean, he's doing extraordinary things that nobody else is doing right now. Not to mention the fact that because this is a film that's shot in locations, on locations, in various locations, unlike shooting in the volume, they're authentic. So I think it's amazing when you can do authentic stunts. I mean, he jumped from that ridiculously tall building. I thought that was
Culture,
amazing.
did you just have a seizure, mate? Are you
No,
all right?
I was trying to find the right word. Sorry about that, but sometimes, I just want to make sure I use the proper word.
Good.
There were other words in my head. I'm also trying to not filter in bad language as well. So, but honestly, this just always looks good to me. His performances are great. He's probably the last movie star we'll ever see in our lifetime, because there's nobody else out there, and with maybe the exception of one or two. But I mean, seriously, if you talk about sheer star power, he's got it, and there's a reason. So I think every project he has on the horizon looks good. I think the fact that he's dating or speculatively, what's her name? Is it Anna de Armas? Some really way too young for him, super attractive starlet. Let's just say. So it's not like this guy strikes out with ladies either. I mean, he spoke quite highly of Nicole Kidman recently, whom he was married to. So, anyway, those are my thoughts.
Well, yeah.
I'm excited. These are the most exciting movies out there. Closest to James Bond you're going to get, and yeah, that's not going to happen again because it went to Amazon.
They're going to continue. What do you reckon, Bo? What do you reckon?
So yeah, I probably won't go to the cinema, but I probably will end up watching it one way or another. I quite like the franchise. I'm not sort of completely enamored with it, but I quite like it. Yeah, I mean, Tom Cruise, his Scientology thing is insane. And do you remember the Oprah?
Yes,
He's jumping on couch.
I loved that.
Okay, that's insane. But that's it. That's all. That's the only real criticism I've got of Tom Cruise. He is a great actor. You can't deny that. He is a very good actor. And he's been in some really, really great films, iconic films. In that picture, actually, you've got at the top of that thing, he's for the first time beginning to look a bit old. He's 62 or 63 or something. He's doing well for himself. Like somehow he's got all that. I don't know. He's got blood transfusions from little kids or something. God knows how he's kept his fountain of youth.
He's never had the telltale black eye.
Oh, right. Okay. I don't know. But anyway, he's got good genetics. And he's a great
Mm.
actor. Even if he, as a real person in real life, is probably a bit off the wall and a bit of a dick. So what? That's fine. Anyway, about this movie, it sounds, if it's that long and people are saying it's average, well, the thing that would make up my mind is whether it's got that Rebecca Ferguson in it. You know her? Because I love her.
I think she died in the last one, mate.
Yeah, I don't think she. Yeah, I quickly, whilst Culture was talking, I googled the cast for this, and I don't think she's in it. So,
but Haley Atwell is.
Yeah,
Haley Atwell.
Just Google it, mate.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
Head,
come on now.
You will.
You'll remember.
She got two. There's two very good reasons why it's good.
Oh, that's also true.
Okay, yeah.
That's also true.
I approve. I'll allow it.
See those two very good reasons.
So yeah, I mean, the whole Mission Impossible, like like the original TV shows, they go way back to are they from the 60s or even So that would be a big part of, but they were never shown in Britain. I don't think there's definitely full blown American that never really made it over here. But nonetheless, I've quite liked this franchise over the years. I think I've seen them all. There may be one or two I haven't. There may be one or two I haven't seen, but I've watched most of them. So yeah, we'll see what this like. But he's getting too old, right? He doesn't look 62, but you can't keep doing your own stunts and you shatter your leg. You can't keep doing that into your late 60s. So maybe it's about time to sort of hang up the gloves a bit. So yeah, we'll see. I'll probably end up watching it.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think it's a movie that's 3 hours has to be gangbusters. It can't be average. It just can't be, because if it doesn't stick the landing after 3 hours, and you come out going, "Oh, that was a bit average." I mean, that's you got to get value for time, right? Value for money, value for time. You're sat there thinking this is a bit average. That's a long time to be sat in the movies. For me, that would be a 5-hour round trip. That'd be a 5-hour trip to that's a long day. Just going to the cinema, right? Like an hour to drive there, hour to drive back, 3-hour movie plus half-hour credits, well, half-hour of trailers. That's brutal. That is a long ass time. So if it's average, not good. Not good. And also just if it's the last one, right? Like, I still don't believe it is. Probably the last one with Tom Cruise, but they'll keep going. You want it to be the best send-off. You want it to be the best. You want to go out with a crescendo, right? Like, it needs to go out with a bang. So if it is average, then that's a shame, because if it is the last one with Tom, which probably should be, because he's getting on now, although we can still do these things, let the man chill a bit. It should go out with a bang, and it's a shame.
I mean, all credit to him for doing his own stunts at that age. I mean, he's actually, I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure he's a pilot. Well, he is a pilot. I think he owns his own.
Well, he can fly planes and helicopters. He's and he can also fly complex, because there are different pilot's license levels here in the States. So, but he can fly a complex. So he's
the P-51 Mustang is a World War II era fighter plane. It's beautiful, beautiful plane, and I'm pretty sure he owns one and flies it about legitimately on his own. It's crazy. One time, this is years ago, this must be 10, 15 years ago, just because he is who he is, he got to go in a Red Bull racing F1 car, and was actually not exactly competitive, but he was close. He was like, most normal people cannot drive an F1 car. Like, you will just stall it and ruin the gearbox. And so the fact that he could even drive it around, he was quite remarkable. So
he drove his own vehicle in Days of Thunder.
Right.
So that's a NASCAR stock car, which are terribly difficult to drive. It's like working out for like the whole time.
Yeah,
because they're hard. hard to drive.
Physically tough to race cars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bloody hell. Well, anyway.
Yeah, you usually end up with really sore ankles or something. I don't
know.
A ruined neck.
Yeah.
Your neck can't handle the G-force.
Yeah. I got a super chat from Kalechi Oki here for $2 over on Streamlab. Says the runtime is going to kill this movie, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Rosa from Latino Slant said the movie didn't do it for her. The runtime is incredibly too long, along with this film's budget and marketing. Culture, how is this movie supposed to make money?
I don't think it's going to, which is a shame. I think it's going to make enough money to offset maybe the production budget. I don't think it's going to make actual money, though, and that's a shame. I think it's going to come up short. I don't believe this is another recreation of Barbenheimer with Lilo and Stitch. I don't think it'll have that kind of an appeal. It will have a lot of IMAX and PLF screens, though. So
it's a Paramount Pictures movie.
Yeah, it's his last one with them, by the way.
So the only way that this will make money, so just to answer the question, is secondary revenue streams.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
So Paramount Pictures will sell it to themselves, but also other people. That's kind of the only way, and I don't think it will make money. So, yeah. There you go. We'll shuffle on from this now, but yeah, there you go. Excellent.